Food. In lower class, we made list of this food item that we ate. We also identify food items eaten in different part of India and mark these on its map. A meal could consist of chapati, dal, brinjal, curry. Another may be rice, sambar, and vegetables. Preparations of lady finger, yet another's meal could be appam, fish curry, and vegetables. Our meals usually have at least one item made of some kind of grain. Others items could be dal or dish of meat and vegetable. It may also include items like curd, butter, milk and pickles. Some example of meals from different regions are given in table 1.1. Select food item and enter these in table 1.1. Sometimes we may not really have all this variety in our meals. If we are traveling, we may eat whatever is available on the way. It may not be possible for some of us to eat such a variety of items. Most of the item there must be some reasons through why meals usually consist of such a distributions. Do you think that our body needs different kinds of food for some special purpose? What do deficiency food items contain? We know that each dish is usually made up of one or more ingredient which may we get from plants or animals. These ingredients contain some product component that are needed by our body. These reasons Punjab makai roti, rajma, kidney beans, sarso saag, mustard leaf curry, curd ghee. Andhra Pradesh rice, tuar dal and rasam, kundur buttermilk, ghee, pickles, avocado. Components are called the nutrients. The major nutrients in our body are named carbohydrate, protein, fats, vitamins, and minerals. In addition, food contain dietary fibers and water, which are also needed by our body. Do all foods contain all these nutrients? With some simple matter, we can test whether cooked and food or a raw ingredient contain one or more of these nutrients. The test of for presence for carbohydrate, protein and fats are simple to as a compared to the test for other nutrients. Let us do these tests and record all our observations in table 1.2. For carrying out this test, you will be need solutions of iodine, copper sulfate and caustic soda. You will also need a few test tubes and dropper. Try these tests on cooked and food items as well as a raw material. Table 1.2 show you a way to record the observations from these tests. Some food items are given in this table. You cannot conduct the test either with these or any others available food item. Do these a taste carefully and do not try to eat or taste any chemical. If the required solutions are not available in ready-made from your teachers can prepare them as given in the box. Let us begin by the tasting different food items to see if they contain carbohydrate. These are many types of carbohydrate. The main carbohydrate food in our body food are the form of starch and sugar. We can easily taste if food items contain starch. Starch. A dilute solution of iodine can be prepared by adding a few drops of tincture iodine to a test tube half filled with water. Copper sulfate solutions can be prepared by dissolving 2 gram copper sulfate in 100 liters. 10 gram caustic soda dissolved in the 100 milliliter water makes the required solution of caustic soda. Test for a starch. Take a small quantity of food items or in raw ingredient. Put 2-3 drop of dilute iodine solutions. Observe if there is any changes in the color. The food item did it turn blue black. A blue color black color indicate that it's a contain starch. Repeat this test with the other food item to find out which of these contains starch. Enter all your observation in table 1.2. Test for proteins. Test for protein. Take a small quantity of food items for testing. If the food you want to test is a solid, you first need to make a paste of the its powder, its grind or mash. A small quantity of food items, put some of this in clean test tube and 10 drops of water to it and shake the test tube now. Using a dropper, add 2 drops of solutions of copper sulfate and 10 drops of solution of caustic soda to the test tube. Shake well and let the test tube stand for a few minutes. What do you see? Did the content of the test tube turns violet or violet color indicated presence of protein in the food items. Now you can repeat this test on the other food items. Table 1.2 nutritions present in some food items starch protein fat present raw potato yes milk yes, groundnut yes, unlocked powered rice, cooked rice, dry coconut. Test for fat. Take a small quantity of food item, wrap it in the piece of paper and crush it. Take care that the paper does not tear down. Stand the paper and observe it carefully. Does it have oily patches? Hold the paper against light. Are you able to see the light faintly through these patches and oily patches on paper? Show that the food items contain fat. The food items may sometimes contain a little water. Therefore, after you have rubbed an item on paper, let the paper dry for a while. If there were any water that may have come from food, it would dry up after some time. If no oily patches show up after this, the food item does not contain any fat. What do these tastes serve? Are fat, protein, and starch present in all the food items that you tasted? Does the food items contain more than one nutrients? Do you find any food items that does not contain any of these nutrients? We tested food items for three nutrients: carbohydrate, proteins, and fat. There are also other nutrients like vitamins and minerals that are present in different food items. Why do we need all these nutrients? What do various nutrients do for our body? Carbohydrate mainly provide energies to our food body. Fat also give us energy. In fact, fat given much more energy as compared to the same amount of carbohydrate. Food containing fat and carbohydrate are also called like energy giving foods, and proteins are needed for the growth and repair for our body. Food proteins, small quantity vitamins A keeps our skins and eyes healthy. Vitamin C helps body to the fight against many diseases. Vitamin D helps our body to use calcium for the bones and teeth. Food that are rich in different vitamins are shown in figure 1.6. Minerals are needed by our body in some small quantities. Each one is essential. Papaya, carrot, mango are often called body the building's food. Vitamins help in protecting our body against disease. Vitamins also help in keeping our eyes, bones, teeth, and gum healthy. Vitamins are of the different kind of known by different name. Some of these are vitamins A, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin A, vitamin K. There is also a group of vitamins called vitamin B complex. Our body need all types vitamins. Our bodies also prepare vitamin D in the presence of sunlight. Now, word nodal insufficient exposure sunlight causing vitamin D deficiency many pupils. For proper growth of body and to maintain good health, some source of different minerals are shown in figure. Most food items usually have more than one nutrients. You may have the notice this while recording your observations in table 1.2. However, in a given raw material, one particular nutrients may be present in much larger quantity than in other. For example, rice has more carbohydrate than other nutrients. Thus, we say that the rice is a carbohydrate-rich source of food. Besides these nutrients, our body needs dietary fibers and water. Dietary fibers are also known as a roughage. Roughage is a mainly provided by plant product in our food. Whole grains and pulse, potatoes, free fruits and vegetables are main source of roughage. Roughage does not provide any nutrients to our body but is an essential component of our food and adds to its bulk. This help our body get rid of undigested food. Water helps our body to absorb nutrients from food. It also helps in the throwing out some wastes from the body as urine and sweat. Normally we get most of the water that our body needs from the liquid we drink, such as a water, milk and tea. In addition, we added water the most cooked food. Let's see if there in any other source of which provide waters to our body. Take a tomatoes, a fruit like lemon, cut into small pieces. Do your hands get wet while doing so? Carefully observe whenever vegetables and fruit are being cut, peeled, grated, or mashed at your home. Do you find any fresh vegetables or fruit that do not contain some amount of water? We see that the many food materials themselves contain water to some extent. Our body needs are made by this water. Apart from this, we also added water while cooking many food items. Balanced diet. The food we normally eat in a day is our diet for growth and maintenance of good health. Our diet should have all the nutrients that our body needs in the right quantities, not too much of one and not too little of the others. The diet should also contain a good amount of roughage and water. Such as a diet is called a balanced diet. Do you think that people of all ages need the same time of diet? You also do you also do you also think that what what we need for a balanced diet would depend on the amount of physical work that we do. Prepare a chart of whatever you eat and over a period of week. Check the weathers and all the nutrients mentioned are present in one or the other food item being eaten within a day or so. Pulse, groundnut, soybean, sprouted seeds, moong and Bengal gram. Flattened food, South Indian food such as idli, combinations of flour, miss roti and temple made from cereals and pulse, banana, Spanish sprout, jaggery, available vegetables, and other such. Food provide many nutrients, therefore one can eat a balanced diet without expensive food material. Eating the right kind of the food is not enough. It should also be cooked properly so that its nutrients are not lost. Are you aware that some nutrients get lost in the process of cooking and preparations? If the vegetables and fruit are washed after cutting or peeling them eaten. My may result in the loss of some vitamins. The skin of many vegetables the skin of many vegetables and fruit contain vitamins and minerals. Similarly, repeat washing of rice and pulse may remove some vitamins and minerals present in them. We all know that cooking improves the taste of food and makes it easier to digest. At the same time, cooking also results in the loss of certain nutrients. Many useful proteins and considerable amount of minerals are lost if excess water is used during the cooking and is then thrown away. Vitamin C gets easily destroyed by heat during the cooking. Would it not be sensible to include some fruits and raw vegetables in our diet? Benjo thought that fats would be the best food to eat all the times and katori bowls fat will give them much more energy than a katori carbohydrate rich food is not it, so he ate nothing but food rich. In fact, fried food like samosa and puri, snacks, malai, roti, peda, sweet. Do you think he was right? Do you think he was right? No, of course not. Of course not. It can be very harmful to use to eat too much of fat rice food, and we may end up the suffering from the conditions called obesity deficiency disease. A person may be getting enough food to eat, but sometimes the food may not contain a particular nutrients. If this continue over a long period of time, the person may suffer from it deficiency. Deficiency of one or more nutrients can cause disease disorder in our body. Disease that occur due to the lack of nutrients over a long period, or called the deficiency disease. If a person does not get enough proteins in this her food for a long time, she is likely to have the stunt growth, swelling of face, discolorations of hair, skin disease, and diarrhea. If the diet is a deficiency in the both carbohydrate and proteins for a long period of time, the growth may stop completely. Such a person becomes very lean and thin and so weak that she may not even be able to move. Deficiency of different vitamins and minerals may also result in a certain disease or disorder. Some of these are mentioned in table 1.3. All deficiency disease can be prevented by taking a balanced diet. In this chapter, we asked ourselves the reason why widely varying the food from different regions had common. The some disease disorder caused by deficiency vitamins and minerals. Vitamins or minerals deficiency disease disorder. The vitamins A loss of vision. Poor vision, loss of vision in darkness night, sometimes complete loss of vision. Vitamin B1 very weak muscles and very little energy to work. Vitamin C scurvy. Bleeding gums would take longer time to heal. Vitamin D rictus. Bones become soft and bend. Calcium, bone and tooth decay. Weak bones, tooth decay. Iodine, goiter. Glands in the neck appear swollen. Mental disability in the children. Iron, anemia, weakness. Distribution. These distribution we find ensure that our meals have a balance of the different nutrients needed by the body. This is a fortified. This is the long logo for the fortified foods as per the standard by the FSI. Fortifications of food is the additions of key vitamins and minerals to staple foods such as the rice, wheat, oil, milk, and salt. Improve their nutrition contains. Keyword balance diet, very carbohydrate, energy, fat, minerals, nutrients, proteins, roughage, scurvy, starch, and vitamins. Thank you for so much.